I'm testing all the tracks just to make sure I have no problems. Running the locomotive through all the switches and all the track that I have in this layout before I start putting rolling stock back on. I'm going to start the locomotive over in the engine facility, and then I'm also seeing some spots of the track that need to be adjusted. So. Oh boy. I want to make sure all the turnouts are working the way they should, because I don't want to have problems during an actual op session. So I figured I'd do it live for everyone to see. Well, All right, so now we're going to go over to this track here, which I already see a couple spots that need to be adjusted. Just a slight cleaning, nothing crazy. I use the earth brown, the camouflage paint, as the first step, and then I'm going to go in there afterwards by hand and do the rest of the weathering after that. I plan on running the entire layout, so if whoever's in here, if you want to stick around for that, probably going to be around 45 minutes or so. This track here is the storage track next to the engine facility. So I may store some locomotives there, or possibly some MOW equipment. Okay, now I'm going to bring it down to the fuel pad. I thought I got all the spots on the track, but I didn't. This is why we test the layout, just to make sure that we don't have problems in the future. You got 3 people in here? All right. If anyone's wondering, this is an Atlas Gold Series locomotive for New Haven. So it came with the DCC and sound already installed. Oh, thank you. Of all the locomotive brands I bought, I've never had an issue with the Atlas Gold Series. They've been great. It's amazing when you buy Atlas, for some reason, I clean them right as soon as I take them out of the box, and you got to clean all the grease out that comes with it for packing, I guess. It's absolutely filthy when it comes brand new, believe it or not. So this track over here, this track here is for the actual scrapyard that's going to be in the industrial area. I don't want that going over the edge. So we're going to go all the way out. And I'm going to start doing the yard. Let me set up this tripod again. Oh boy. Of course, it's going to do this live. So a friend of mine told me once, if you ever have an electrical problem on your layout, 9 times out of 10, it's a rail joiner. And I just gently tapped that area where the rail joiner is. And of course, the locomotive moved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the rail joiner. And I'm using a regular screwdriver, a small flat blade screwdriver. And what I did is I bent it and I cut a slot in it for working with rail joiners. So it actually works pretty good. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to probably drop a little solder inside that joint. Try it once more. So this layout is all within yard limits. So there is, on the prototype, there was a 5 mile per hour speed restriction. So that's exactly what I'm probably going to do with this as well. Because of all the tight curves that the manufacturers had back in the day, the last thing you want is a derailment. So now we're gonna go past that switch. I'm gonna throw the iron. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the yard now. I'm gonna make sure and double, triple check. I got a 3-way switch over there, as you can see right there. And for time to time, that gives me trouble. So I wanna make sure I'm not gonna have any problems today. I'm live, so it probably will. But let me just make sure everything is clean. Okay. So I have a total of 3 industries in an industrial area, and switching those out can take about 40 minutes or so. So when you start seeing the op sessions, you'll understand why. So this train is coming in, this engine is coming in on the inbound track. I need to stop the engine really quick. And right here is the escape track, the escape crossover for the engine. So I can bring in about 4 cars at a time, and then I can run around the train here. I always have an area on my yards, an escape track, both here in Collett Yard, one in Bell Dock, and I also have one in the River Street running. And I also have a couple other runarounds on the main line. So it's good to have these. So you can either shove the train in, or you can actually pull the train in. Either way, you'll be fine. And I'm noticing there's a couple areas that I missed cleaning up here, so I just want to make sure I get it all. Really minor stuff that I'm finding, but nothing crazy. All right, let's see what happens. Is anybody interested in seeing live switching eventually? I don't do a lot of live streaming, but if I do, I want to do something everyone's interested in. Let me just run this through once more. So we got, looks like we got, okay. So we got 10 people in here and 5 likes. Appreciate that. Hello, Kyle. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat and the locomotive. So now I'm going to take the locomotive to the runaround track. For those just joining us, I'm just doing layout testing right now. I'm running the 660 through all the switches and all the tracks. Yeah, I gotta do some more cleaning in here. Making sure everything is clean and ready to go. And this is why we test for these issues that I'm having right now live. No big deal. We'll fix it. I wonder why. Oh, no wonder why. This track is filthy. I have to go get my stool. I'll be right back. We got 15 in here. I just have one locomotive right now running. Just one. Just one HH660. Once I start operating, I can have two crews working. One up on this end of the layout, and then another crew on the opposite end of the layout. Okay. Eventually, I'm gonna have to clean the locomotive too, but I think it's okay. I recently weathered this track, and I got a majority of the stuff off of it, but I still think I have a little bit of paint here and there that's causing me the problems. DCC is so sensitive; the little speck of something will stop the locomotive. And this does not have a keep alive in it, so I don't want a locomotive with a keep alive because I'm not going to find all the problems. Come on. Wonder if the locomotive's dirty. I'm going to have to swap out locomotives. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, Sir Topham Hatt definitely did say that from time to time. Okay. Here's another Atlas. Now this one here has got a lock sound in it, and also has the speaker that I used is actually an iPhone speaker. It's amazing how heavier this locomotive is compared to the 660. And I think it runs a little bit smoother, believe it or not. They're both Atlas. This did not come with DCC and sound. I had that installed by a buddy of mine. That one there was a it's not a yellow box. It's a classic. The yellow boxes, my personal opinion, I think the yellow boxes run smoother than these because they have the Kato drives in them. And I have quite a few of those too. You can find a yellow box at a reasonable price, regardless of what road you model. They're well worth the investment. So what this is telling me is I got a dirty locomotive, so the 660's got to go in for cleaning, which I'm not surprised with. Oh, I just jinxed myself. Oy vey. So I got 13 in here, and actually 14 now and 11 likes. I really appreciate that. It's pretty cool. So that's speed step 2 going through that turnout. Oh, thank you very much for that comment. You know, this is what the hobby's all about, is sharing the ideas and sharing how you do stuff. Everyone has a different way of doing it, but as long as everyone's sharing everything with everybody, that's cool. I don't mind sharing, because if no one shared with me, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And I am no expert by any means. I'm just an average modeler. But I'm just happy I got this layout to the point where I can start doing the scenery work now. I really enjoy the scenery and the detailing. Yeah, that is true. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go into this industrial area. Now, I want to show everybody something here. So eventually, I'm standing on a stool right now, but eventually what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this switch here, because you have to reach over everything. I'm going to put a Blue Point manual switch right there, because it's too late to power it. And then the other reason why is, since it's in the yard, it could be a manual throw. So I'm going to actually run the cable underneath here, and I'm going to I'll probably do a video on that. But hello, Rick. One of the things that I'm going to do, or what has to be done, this is the New Haven Terminal building. So this can accept 3 cars, but you also have C. Adams Corporation here. And if you had to switch this out, you got to back your train underneath this area here. So you're going to have to pull stuff out of here to switch that. So it can get complicated really quick. But I wanted to make this a challenging layout, but enjoyable and realistic at the same time for everyone, if that makes sense to everybody. All right, so I am lined. Actually, let's go down this track here first. I don't like that. That track, I don't like that track. Give me 1 second. I got to fix that right now before I send a train down there. This one here has just a little play in it, so I'm going to put a spike there. Give me 1 second. So what I do when I spike the rails, I don't use a regular hand drill. I use a little pin vise, and that's a number 58 drill. So I'm going to put a spike right there. I'm using all Pico insole frogs. So I'm going to use my spike tool. And what's nice about this, I don't know if I can show it to you on film. There's a little notch cut out with the spike tool. And you take the nail, slip it in there, and you can hold it. So when you put the actual spike in, it doesn't slip. Done. Perfect. And what I do with the track nail, so everybody can see, I just use a prescription bottle. I just put all the track nails in there, so it works. All right, so we're going to go down this track here, which is our departure track. So I saw a comment come through about my scenery work. Is that something you guys want to see live, or do you want to see it in a regular video? Let me know. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay. True. I guess both have their advantages and disadvantages. Gotcha. Okay. Everyone's making good points, so I appreciate your input on this. Like I said, I rarely do live streaming, but now that now I got the layout to the point where I have it now, I can. I really would like to get on a regular schedule, but with my current work schedule, it's hard to commit, and I don't want to promise and not deliver, if everyone knows what I mean. $14 in here, 14 likes. That is awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. It's really great. I do have a lot of content coming out, so be prepared. Next week, I'm going to be coming out with a layout tour or layout that I visited a year ago. And you're really going to like it. This is a really cool scene. It's tough. Oh yeah, I'm going to get to the harbors. I'm actually doing a whole. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm doing a whole series on waterfronts. So from seawalls to pilings to modeling water, seaports, everything. I spent my summer visiting quite a few marinas and seaports on Cape Cod, and I got some really good stuff I'm going to show you guys and gals. So far, so good. Let me turn on the bell and the horn so you guys can hear it. Hello, Trackside Mike. All right. I visited the Nauset Rail Club. And that's going to be another video I'm coming out with. I make my annual trip there, and I'm so happy that they're opened, back open to the public. Okay. Nice. I'm actually thinking about becoming a member myself. I can't attend meetings, but I figure I'd be a support member. Such a great place to visit. I've been bringing my kids there every year since they were babies, and it's just awesome. And it's really cool to see the work of John Pryke still around and still seeing that layout up and running. I mean, that's how one of the layouts that I follow very closely, or I followed very closely. And seeing him on the Alan Keller videos, and the way he does his street running is just incredible. Yeah, I have 18 likes now. Thank you so much. This is awesome. See, this is what gets me going and makes me want to do more live streaming, because everyone seems to like it. All right, so now what we're going to do, I think I'm going to call this area good. Oop. All right, so the locomotive is going to head over to the other side. Now we're going to go over to, let's go over to the street running section. Let's go over to, yeah, let's go to River Street. So I'm going to grab the camera. There's my manufacturer sign. I had a friend of mine make a custom sign for me. So if you watched my last video, you saw that. So here's River Street. This will be a harbor. And here comes our locomotive. So for this area here, I put my UTP panel in and go like that. Of course, I got dirty track there too. That's all right. Let me get my stool. Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Bring it a little closer. So what you're looking at here, this section here is actually one of the surviving sections on my old layout when I had to tear it down. So this is my street running section. I will be doing a heck of a lot more scenery on this than I have. This switch is pretty decent. So we'll just run the Bright Boy over it again. Have it there. All right. So let's run this back and forth. Hey, Vinny. So for anybody who's just joining me, I'm just doing track testing right now. So I want to start putting scenery in. I want to do an op session. If anybody hasn't seen it yet, the Cuz is in the house. The Cuz is in the house. Vinny, I don't know if I told you this, but I'm sure you know that you're a moderator. All right. Now here comes the cool part. So check this out. So if I'm standing here running the layout, right, there's my throttle. I can't reach. So that switch there is powered. And I have my yard panel here. All right. So this switch is BD1. That's the switch I just showed you. So right now it's aligned for the main. It's aligned for the bell dock branch. That's the normal position of it. When I want to switch it to the alternate route, all I got to do is press this button here. The switch has been thrown and the LED goes red. All right. So now that BD1 just lined me for River Street. Now, again, I got another switch there. That's RS1, River Street 1. So eventually I'm going to have numbers on names on all these switches. So right now that is, thank you. Right now that is lined for the street. So that's their normal route. So hypothetically, if I was bringing in cars, let's say if I was shoving a set of cars into here and I had cars in the industries alongside here that had to come out, I would shove all the cars in here. Then I would go into the industries and switch them out. So this is why I have, this is the normal route for the train. So again, you go over to your control panel and you find the RS1. That's that switch right I just showed you. Hit that. And now it's lined for the actual industries. But let's realign it. I'm going to show you something. Just say if I'm taking this train in, but I'm dragging all the cars in, so that all my rolling stock is on this side of the train. I'm going to bring the train in. Remember what I said about having like an escape track and everything else? This is the crossover here. And it's okay if I have one car with it, so I designed this so you can bring in a small engine and one 40-foot car on the switchback here. Looks like we got a little dirty track there, but that's okay. Ooh, the headlight's bright. Yes, sir, they are. They're also highly in demand on this layout. Okay. End of the line. All right, so let's bring it back up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up to this industry here. I'm only going to have 2 industries on River Street. And then, of course, you have your siding here for the gas plant. So the maximum size train I can run on this layout is only 5 cars. I'll give you a quick history lesson. The New Haven, when the manufacturers was actually there, they would only be able to run 8 to 10 cars at a time. So the North End jobs, the North End jobs would receive probably around 30 to 40 cars a day. And then the South End jobs would have to shake out about 135 cars a day. They had 45 industries that were all rail served back when New Haven was around. So when it comes to this layout, I can run 2 crews. If I had an op session here right now, I probably have like 5 guys over here. Conductor and engineer for 2 jobs, for the North End job, South End job. And then I can also have a yard master throwing switches and doing some switching in the Bell Dock branch. So I hope I answered your question. So I can run two crews, no problem. And the layout is only 14 feet long. So it's quite a bit. Quite a bit for a small little layout. I will have 14 industries on this layout. So I just threw the other switch, so now I can get the locomotive out on the other side. I'm not going N scale. Well, I'm not going to say, I'll never say never. I may do like a switching puzzle N scale, I don't know. All right, so let me normal that switch. Now, once I get past that switch, I got to normal that too. All right. So now we're on the Bell Dock branch. You have the Bell Dock branch, which is here. Manufacturers is here. All right, so what we're going to do now is you have the A&P siding right there. So the switch that goes right here, there's an industry on the back wall. It's going to be for the A&P warehouse. It's a grocery store. All right, so we're going to hit the AP switch. Bring the train in. So far, so good. Okay, normal switch. So now I'm going to continue down the Bell Dock branch. Well, let's play around with this crossover that's right here. So this is crossover 1. So now when I throw, I'll show you. When I throw this one here, crossover 1, that's going to throw 2 switches at once. It's so great to switch these switches without climbing on stools and leaning over everything. That is called the Thomason Street Bridge. And now the train's on the manufacturers. And this is the area where New Haven Gas will be. And so the manufacturers ends right here, right at the harbor. And I can probably accommodate 5 cars, 5 tankers in here. And way back when, ships would come in, deliver coal. And they would produce gas and it would get shipped out. All right. All right, so we're going to go all the way into Bell Dock now. No, not on this one. The Thomason lift bridge was a lift bridge, but I'm not going to make it lift. We'll see on the main layout once I get that up and running. Actually, I want to show you everyone something. Just so you guys have a reference point. I have 3 harbors on this layout. This is Mill River, the Quinnipiac, and this is New Haven Harbor. And they all converged down at the manufacturers. My next video, I'll illustrate a picture, an actual map, so you guys can see it and have a better understanding of it. All right, so we have an inbound track here for... All right, Kyle, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. So this is the inbound track for the yard. Again, another yard track on the manufacturers. You get your runaround or bulk track here, and then here's another track down here. So eventually, I'm going to have to install this track back in here, but there's going to be another industry here. So again, if you're bringing in a train from Collett Yard on the other side of the layout, train pulls in, you can pull in for 5 cars, and here's another escape track right here. All right. And I'm going to be ending this stream probably within 4 or 5 minutes because I have to take care of some family stuff. Thanks for stopping in, Vinny. Appreciate it. Now this little track here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the bell dock switcher down here, maybe with a caboose or something. End of the line here. So now that the train's coming out, again, I have another switch over here. And we'll go to the yard panel. And this is the BD2 switch. And we're back on bell dock. Actually, hold on a second. Did a crossover too. Now we're on the manufacturers again. A little dirty track there I gotta take care of. It's going through the diamond. And the diamond's dirty. So I gotta clean that out. All right. All right, guys, so I'm gonna end this stream here. Just want to thank everybody for stopping in. Try to do this again next weekend for the live stream. I'll put a poll out on my community page to see what everyone wants as far as live streams. But I definitely have some scenery videos coming out soon. If you want to see waterfronts, you will see it. So I'll definitely be doing that. So thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll see you next week at my next layout update or another video that I will be doing. I have to figure out my schedule, what I'm going to be producing next week. So, but anyway, thanks for stopping in, everybody. Appreciate your support of my channel. Thank you for the likes, and I'll see you at the next video.